All right, and the game award for
Worst
Game of the Year goes to...
Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to some more gaming news, and oh boy, 2018 is just the year that keeps on giving. Today, we witnessed yet another terrible launch for the games industry in 2018. Today was the release of Atlas, the pirate game that was announced at the Cringe Awards.
Hi, Jeff. Wow, I can't believe you had me back.
So if you guys remember, this is coming from Studio Wildcard, the creators of Ark Survival Evolved. So everyone was just hoping for yet another decent survival game. Let's not say that Ark is the best survival game out there. It has a lot of freaking issues, but everyone was hoping something sort of like at the same level with Atlas, just instead of dinosaurs, we would have pirates. But then we looked closer, right? And we realized that this is being developed by a studio under the name Grapeshot Games, right? So Studio Wildcard is now operating under a different name, and we were wondering, why is that? Why is that the case? And now we have the answer, is because this is a joke, right? So now we got a bunch of people arguing that this launch is worse than Fallout 76, and as a fellow gamer, as a fellow Fallout 76 player who was there from the beginning, I just wanted to give you guys my opinion on whether or not the Atlas launch was worse than the Fallout 76 launch. So let's just recap real quick here. So the Fallout 76 launch was not short of discussions and controversies, right? There were a lot of complaints about the graphics not being great, about the lighting being off, like we had god rays coming out of the earth. The animations were not triggered in time, so you would walk around and find people T-posing. However, the server availability was not an issue, which is something that is happening with Atlas. I have failed to join a game in Atlas as of this moment. I've been sitting here for a couple of hours now, I would say, and I have been unable to join any servers, not only the official servers, but I've tried to find like unofficial servers without passwords, and I haven't been able to join any game at this point. However, with Bethesda, I didn't have any of these issues because you don't choose your server with Bethesda. It just joins a random server that has a low ping, and I didn't actually have any issues with Fallout 76. I did get disconnected every once in a while, but it's not to this degree. I would say in terms of server availability and server performance, the Atlas launch is worse than the Fallout 76 launch. Now, there's another aspect that we need to consider. Fallout 76 was actually released on time, whereas Atlas has been delayed 3 times at this point. I kid you not, it sounds like a joke, but they had streamers live, ready to go, just waiting for their press keys, and they delayed the game. They had 33,000 people watching streamers in the Atlas like subsection on Twitch, and they delayed the game. And then yesterday they delayed the game again. It happened again. They had people live waiting for the game again, and they delayed it for 5 freaking hours. It's like it's a freaking joke, my dude. Now, this is not an attack on the people who are working with key distribution. I was able to talk to the guy who was in charge of distributing these keys, and he seems like a really cool dude. These guys had to work a lot to get all these keys to influencers and stuff like that. They were kind enough to send me a key. So this is not an attack on them. This is not on them. This is on whoever decided to delay the game twice, or almost, I think, 3 times at this point. Like, here's my question: why didn't you just delay the game until January? I think most epic gamers know that it's better to delay a game than to release a piece of crap, right? We all agree on that. So I don't know why they just were so set on the idea of releasing this game before Christmas, but this was a conscious business decision, and because of that, streamers wasted their time, people wasted their time just sitting there in a lobby waiting for nothing, right? And on top of that, the company hurt their reputation with the people. The people, the oppressed gamer. So in terms of the Fallout 76 launch, they actually released on time, which is great. And they actually didn't have many issues with the servers. Yes, you got disconnected randomly, but you were able to just jump back in without any issues for the most part, right? Whereas with Atlas, you can't even log in. You can't even join a match. I haven't been able to actually join a game here. And the other kind of like shady decision here is to release the game under the Grape Shot Games brand. Why not Studio Wildcard? Do you guys think that maybe they knew this was gonna be bad and they changed their name? Because if so, then that's a scummy move. That's kind of shady right there. And I don't know, man. I think we were all hoping for a good pirate game after the huge failure that was Sea of Thieves, which was released perfectly with no server issues, but absolutely no content at all. We were hoping for a good pirate game here, and we should have known better because Studio Wildcard had a lot of issues when they released Survival Evolved back in the day. And let's be honest, based on the assets, it seems like a reskin. Like a lot of people are saying that this is just a cheap cash grab. I don't know if it's true because I haven't been able to play the game because I can't find a server, but once I do, I'm going to try to find some. I'm going to take a look at the assets and I'm going to see if they're similar to what we find in Ark. A lot of people are saying this is just an asset flip. Like even the UI is exactly the same. It's exactly the same, and I don't know what's happening in 2018, but it seems like there's a lot of companies just doing cash grabs and asset flips. I wouldn't be surprised if the same bugs that you can find on Ark, you can find in Atlas, because the same thing happened with Fallout 76. There were bugs that we found in Fallout 76 that were in Fallout 4. You know, there were bugs that mods fixed in Fallout 4, and Bethesda didn't bother to fix for Fallout 76 because they're just using the same code. Like even modders say that this is the exact same code. So we're gonna have to wait and see what modders say about Atlas. Maybe they're gonna take a look at the code and they're gonna say, hey, this is actually the exact same thing as Ark. You're gonna find the exact same bugs. So let's just give it some time, and we all know that the Reddit is gonna get to work and modders are gonna find the truth. They're gonna go through the code and they're gonna find out whether or not this is a cash grab. My impression based on the UI alone is that they didn't change a thing. They just changed some of the assets to make this a pirate game, but at its core, it's still Ark, and it's gonna have the same bugs. That's just my prediction. Again, I have no facts to back this up, but that's just my impression. We're gonna have to wait and see. Now, here's an aspect in which Atlas is doing something right, and Bethesda sort of like lacked at launch, which is having an open line of communication with players. So Bethesda at launch and the couple of days afterwards, if you guys remember, we had a day one patch for Fallout 76. They were silent, man. We didn't hear a thing from the community managers during that period, and everyone was like, what's the radio silence? Why are you not talking to us? This game lacks FOV support, widescreen support, and a bunch of other things, and they didn't say a thing, right? Atlas, however, it seems like they're very active in their Twitter. They are constantly saying what they're working on. So they're saying, hey, we're currently investigating a server-side issue which is causing some servers to refuse connection. I think it's pretty much all servers at this point. They're also saying, hey, Pathfinders, you'll want an update. Here's what we're doing for Atlas right now. So we have provided streamers with a cluster to play on so that many people can see gameplay. We have fired up some public servers for people to join. We're installing pre-orders as fast as we can. So at least they are communicative, which is something that we cannot say for Bethesda. At launch, they have gotten better, but at launch, they were not like this. So at least they're trying, man. But oh boy, this is not a good launch and this is not a good look. And we all know that Grapeshot Games is Studio Wildcard. Don't try to hide behind a different name, all right? So anyway, that's just my thoughts on the game. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. Do you guys think this whole issue with Grapeshot Games and Studio Wildcard is kind of shady? And do you think this was a deliberate attempt to sort of like minimize the brand damage after the launch of Atlas? And what do you guys think? Do you think Fallout 76 was worse than Atlas at launch? Let me know down in the comments. And this is actually my last video for the year, so I wanted to thank you guys for watching. Happy holidays, and I'll see you guys next year with some more memes and news. Bye-bye.